Random House Audio presents The Difference: How Anyone Can Prosper in Even the Toughest Times. This is Jean Chatzky. What's the difference between you and Warren Buffett? Between you and Rachel Ray? What's the difference between you and the guys who launched MySpace or Facebook? Or between you and your boss or your boss's boss? What's the difference, for that matter, between you and the success story next door? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not that these people were born into money. It's not that they caught a lucky break. It's not that they received a windfall like a fat inheritance or a big divorce settlement, or even that they won the lottery. It's not that they have an Ivy League education. And it's not that they are any smarter than you. It's not even necessarily that they earn more money than you do each year. The difference between you and these well-to-do people is not any of the things you suspect it might be. If you've walked on this planet for any length of time, you've seen what I call the difference work its magic. You've noticed that there are some people who seem to possess an innate ability to rise above any situation. Even during tough times, they effortlessly soar in social settings, at work, and with money. You've seen them and you've wondered, what do these people have that I don't? In high school, they always managed to be at the center of the action, whatever that action happened to be, but not because they were class president or quarterback on the football team, not because they were better looking or even, in today's vernacular, mean girls or alpha males who garnered attention and ruled by fear. Theirs was a different sort of magic. Their peers loved them, their parents respected them, even their teachers took extra steps to help them succeed, and of course they did exactly that. At work, they are the leaders. Not necessarily bosses, but leaders nonetheless, brimming with confidence that their ideas are the right ideas. They have enough vision to see solutions others don't see and enough charisma to get colleagues, even those several rungs up the ladder, to buy in. And the people they manage are willing to work really hard to both please them and make them look good. No surprise, they sail up the corporate hierarchy with big, fat salary increases all along the way. And in life? Well, people who fully understand the difference may have not started out with much, but within a short while they were richer than they ever expected to be, and not just in financial terms. They knew what they wanted, they plotted a course, and they arrived. They're not stagnant, that wouldn't do. Every day they think about what's next and set about achieving it with intention and purpose. And today, as a result, they're surrounded by people they care deeply about and who return the favor. They wake up happy and go to sleep fulfilled. And they don't lose sleep at night worrying about paying that next bill or any other financial matter. Never was that as apparent as it has been during the difficult financial times that face this country, indeed the world, during the past year. As the stock markets took their worst tumble since the Great Depression, as the credit markets ground to a halt, as some banks failed and were eaten up by their flusher rivals, some individuals went into panic mode. Every action was clouded by thoughts of, what if? What if I lose my job? What if my portfolio falls more? What if the price of my house doesn't rebound? Others were strangely calm. They weren't putting their heads in the sand. They knew just as well as anyone that chaos had consumed the economy. It just hadn't consumed them. That was the difference at its best. These individuals knew that they had the information, the habits, the attitudes, and the abilities to not only survive in rocky times, but to thrive in rocky times. They certainly lost value in their portfolios. They might even have lost a job, but they knew deep down that there's more where that came from. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, where is this Kool-Aid and how can I get my hands on some? I'll tell you where it is. It's in you. It may be dormant, but you have the power to make the difference in your own life. In fact, you're the only one who can. To do it, you'll need to wake up some parts of you that have been sleeping, perhaps for years, perhaps for decades. You'll need to tune in to parts of your personality and tap portions of your potential that you may not have realized you have. I'm sure you've noticed that some people seem to be able to get money almost with little difficulty, whether it's the startup money for a new business, the better salary that comes with a new job or promotion, or the bonus for being the top-selling salesperson. Money seems to come to them without a huge amount of strain or stress. They never worry about their finances. They are financially comfortable, wealthy, secure. What do they have that the rest of us do not? What's the difference between you and them? Thanks to the groundbreaking research we've conducted, I can tell you, and I can do it in very precise terms. A study of more than 5,000 individuals conducted by Harris Interactive in cooperation with Merrill Lynch has torn the covers off the 4 groups of people who make up the new economic strata in America today. They are the wealthy, the financially comfortable, the paycheck-to-paychecks, and the further in debtors. We now know that the people who've achieved both financial comfort and wealth are distinctly different from those who are struggling paycheck to paycheck or sinking further into debt each month. They're different in their attitudes, behaviors, financial and non-financial, personalities, and goals. The financially comfortable and wealthy tend to be more passionate about what they do in life. They're more optimistic and they're more resilient, able to overcome whatever obstacles life throws their way. They're more visionary, able to see things in a slightly different and improved way, if not a new way altogether. They're more connected to others in their professional and personal lives, and they have greater confidence in those relationships as well as in their lives overall. And they're grateful, incredibly grateful for the good fortune life has thrown their way. They're also more likely to come at life with a different mindset and a different set of skills. They tend to be goal setters who figure out what they want in life and make a plan to go after it. They're dogged workers and often need less sleep. The comfortable and wealthy take more risks than the average person, but they listen to their own voices and those of people they trust in order to be as certain as possible that those risks are appropriate for their stage in life or work. And they are always on the quest to learn something new. The good news? These are all things you can learn. Although some people are born with, say, more optimism, it, like every other attribute or skill on this list, can be taught. And that is what the difference is all about. The rest of this audiobook is devoted to teaching you how to uncover your nascent talents and develop those abilities. You'll discover the latest psychological and academic findings and complete exercises that are easy to incorporate into your everyday life. Here's a look at what lies ahead. Chapter 1, Meet the Neighbors. Who are the wealthy, the financially comfortable, paycheck to paychecks, and further in debtors? What qualities and characteristics are moving some ahead while holding others back? And how can you get a bead on those areas of your life that are lacking and alter your own course? Chapter 2, Choosing the Difference. If the difference is going to work for you, there's one thing you need to do first. Decide you're going to do it. Choose it. Want it. The fact that you're listening to me right now may mean you're already there, but just in case you're not. Chapter 3. Do I have to be a rocket scientist or PhD? No, you don't have to be a straight A student. You don't need to be a Mensa member either. But having a college education goes a very long way, and having a lifetime belief that you're never too old to learn something new goes even further. Chapter 4. Ding dong, your passion is calling. People who know the difference have figured out what sort of work actually makes sense for them. For them, it's not a job, it's not a career, it's a calling. Once you find yours, you'll see it doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. And once you find it...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?